Here I am with Avi Nardia, my very good friend, a very respectful master, and one of the names that is always present in the magazine. You all know about him. Background is fantastic. There's nothing we need to repeat because you all know about him. But it's the first time he comes to Budo Masters, and I want him to share with you what this is feeling about the event, the meeting of people here.
The event is awesome, and what I like about the event that is very connected to what I do, Kapap, as a concept, is that I don't teach martial art or martial artists how to hit other people or how to fight. I teach them about friendship. And I think that this friendship caused me to go to sleep yesterday 2:30 in the morning. I escaped from your party, and then my team had another party, and we got to the hotel 2:30. But this is martial art. It's like a family, friends. It's not who's more strong. It's not who is more fast. The age will do itself. So you will see that even if you fast today, in another 20 years you will slow. And what I can see and I love about Budo is that we are a big family. We are not trying to be better than other martial arts. We all do the same thing. We eat, we drink, and we smile, and we are happy.
Thank you for coming. I'm happy because Avi, as you see, is a very open person, and he's always thinking how to explain better complicated things in a simple way, and this is something awesome because it looks like sometimes people want to teach things complicated, and you always try to find the most simple way. So this creates sometimes distance between the masters and the students, and teachers or instructors and students, but you always make things easy, looks easy at least. I mean, why is this abilities maybe comes from your experience in life and in Israel and all these teaching with security system service, etc.
It's come actually from the marriage. If you're married, you know that you have to say yes. And what you study in relationship is actually that you have to accept people as they are and not to try to change them. I'm not joking. The biggest problem about friendship or marriage that people try to change each other. And I never try to change my students. Some of them are doing techniques in a different way than what I do, but still work. Because the human mechanism works, and it's no matter, we all drink the water like this. So you can hold a glass like this, you can hold it like this, you can hold it like that. And this is, I think that people too much look about the technique. And all the techniques, they can work and not work. It depends on situation. If you want to put a nail in the wall, you need a hammer. But if you want to take it maybe and screw it in, you need a screwdriver. And this is the technique. If you use a screwdriver where you need a hammer to put, you use the wrong tool. So I think the biggest thing in martial art is to teach it as a conceptual and to say, yes, it might work, but it depends on many different things. So it's like in the army you want to cross a river. You can build a bridge, you can swim through, you can cross with a rope, you can take a boat, you can take a helicopter, and there's many ways. So the strategy of martial art is to gain something from it. But there's many ways. You can use a boat, you can use a helicopter, and also many times you use all of them because you need to know to cross your own rivers. And this is where a lot of martial artists, they have only one. Every time they want to cross the river, they want to do it swimming. But then when the flow is too rough, you need maybe another tool. And that's where, again, it's conceptual to understand what is a strategic. You remember we put about a strategic article, and what is the difference between a strategy, a tactic, which is a technique, or a plan, which is everything, including plan your pension. When I did rough martial art, I never thought that I will get 57. And now you can feel your knees or your back. So I think that the balance is also very important.
What do you think about the importance of this kind of martial training for the young people, for the young generation?
I think that it's wonderful because, you know, I come from Israel and I have also Palestinian students. I never teach people to hate because of hate. Of course, if you're aggressive and you run to me with a knife, there will not be doubt what I'm going to do. But I think that the solution to today's problems, and maybe all the time, it's the education. And martial art actually teach education that today, when you go to school, they don't teach it. They don't give you, they teach you mathematics or geography. They don't teach you about friendship. They don't teach you about values or moral or friendship. And that's why you see a lot of kids in school, they coming from bully mentality and all of those problems. In a martial art, we try to unify the people, to let them feel good with themselves, then they will feel better with other people.
One of the things that are very characteristic of your background and history is that you, and it's different from other masters. I mean, you love traditional martial arts and you love, let's say, modern or practical or efficient self-defense systems. So how you find this not as a contradiction but a balance?
I said one day that it's better to be student of reality than master of illusion. So when I studied karate and I was a black belt, I started to study kendo, and they whipped the floor with me. I couldn't even finish one training. And when I was also black belt and high rank in kendo, I moved to do BJJ, and they whipped the floor with me. And all of the time you study that every martial art targeting a little bit different. It's like swimming and basketball, targeting different muscle, and the more you know, the less you will fight, and also you're worried. You know, like I see people want to fight in the streets. Me, after know so much, I was concerned about fighting in the street. But I think that the concept to mix the martial art together is make it stronger. I'm actually the right MMA because I did judo, but I did judo to a black belt. And I was not just going to a class and somebody show me move from judo and move from karate, and I never understand the whole picture. If you want to do properly MMA, first you have to do it with a self-defense concept. That's make it practical. And not only for the fight in the ring is only one thing. But I think that my judo will not be so good without my karate, and my BJJ will not be perfect without those two. And that's how I think that it helps you to actually understand better your own martial art. And today everything connects to me around the sword, because that was my first martial art. And anything I see now through a sword. And there's no modern martial art. There's only martial art. There's no modern practical or this. It depends on you. If I'm a practical person, so I do practical things, you know. When I sit on a chair, it needs to be comfortable. I don't care about the design. If I sit it's not comfortable, I don't care about the design. So for me, it's more important, but it's also important the art. This is where people think that only martial, only the combative, and they don't understand to perfect thing, you need to be an artist.
That's very, very different from the point of view of many people, and that's what makes Avi Nardia very special. Always a great thinker, always creative, and I'm very glad you came and stayed with us. And you know, he's always writing on the magazine every month, more or less, and always coming with new videos, new ideas. So how people can get in contact with you?
Well, to find me is through the website, and in the past they say Avi Nardia is Kapap, same like Bruce Lee is JKD.
Yeah.
But now Bruce Lee is dead and so many JKD.
Yeah.
I'm alive, but so many other Kapap, the real Kapap, the pure Kapap. So we start to use the name, and this is why if you want to get me, it's Avi Nardia, because if I call even what I do banana, it's still Kapap, or what I do. Don't looks like anything else. It's a blend of a lot of swordsmanship mentality and ideas, but the highest level in swordsmanship is when a swordman leaves his sword. And we moved to do what we call Evans style, and in the last 2 years, also in the last DVD, I show a little bit from Evans style, and it's very dangerous style. Today in the seminar I try to show from the new DVD about military drills and military game, and why it's important, because in a martial art we create friendship, we create leadership, and also we want to teach the students to work as a one team and unite. And also it's good for physical, mental, emotional, and that's the new DVD, like military games. And also we didn't have time to show how the concept of firearms fit with everything, but that's what we do. We're a concept, we are not a martial art.
Beautiful. So thank you for coming, Avi. Always a pleasure meeting you. And you're a good friend, and thank you for your support on everything we do. And you know how to find him, and every month in Budo you can read his articles.
I want also to thank Master Altin, Master Paolo, Master Mitko, that coming all the way from Bulgaria and from Venice. And we get also Master from Mauritius Island this year and Master from Holland this year. I want to thank our devoted students and Uke, like Elena and Luca, and also for Denise, that in this today training we try to talk a little bit about stress management and how the stress also is important into this kind of a cows. But first you have to have a steel before you put the cows. Because you know, if I put you in a cows and you have a gun in your hand, you're going to kill somebody. That's why build skill. And you ask me about differences. Many people, they do fast, and we believe that slow is fast. So we start slow, and when you know to do it, we start to erase the incline.
Okay, la famiglia di Avi Nardia. La famiglia di Avi Nardia, anche ancora la famiglia di Budo.
Actually, I do a small correction.
Amico di Avi Nardia, amico nostro, funziona così.
I do a small correction. They're all great master, Altin, Master Paolo, Denise about stress management, and Master Mitko from Bulgaria. But our rules, you don't represent Kapap, you represent yourself. So
Yes.
this is why this is me.
Yeah.
And they must have their own name and their students, because their students represent them.
Yeah.
Of course, we all work as a team, but this is actually very traditional martial art. In the old days, there was no style. You write the name of your teacher. This is why in the traditional Japanese way, when I even interviewed by Japanese and they ask me, they don't ask me what style I do, they almost ask me who's my teacher, and I say Kubo Akira Sensei, and they say, oh, good. So I am proud to be their teacher because they are amazing students and they are very talented. I hope that next year when we come, they get more to teach and I just to sit and enjoy a coffee.
Hey, always, of course. Welcome. Welcome, all of you. Grazie.
Good, thank you.
Well, thank you.